You remember how, like almost every day, but at least 4 times a week, Donald Trump will tweet something to the effect of, hey, 96% of Republicans support me. 99% of Republicans love me. 134% of the Republicans approve of the job I'm doing. Trump will throw out numbers like that, showing how popular he is among Republican voters. I ran into this big time when I primaried Donald Trump. And I had a lot of people ask me, Joe, my God, why are you challenging Donald Trump in the Republican primary for president, man? The Republicans love him. I mean, 96% of the Republicans approve of the job he's doing. You can't beat that. You can't beat him. I ran into this on the campaign trail all the time. Well, what a lot of people don't realize is this, and Trump lies, it's never been 96%. Again, reminder, I don't care who you are politically listening to me right now. If you are a Trump follower or you are a hardcore lib and you hate Donald Trump, just know this, because this is the gospel truth. You cannot believe anything he says. Now, that's just straight up, that's the truth. You can't believe anything he says. And I don't like to be a jerk on the radio, but if you don't get that yet, then God love you. I'm not going to be a jerk, but if you don't understand that you can't believe a word Donald Trump says, then you are either an idiot, you are just a blind partisan, or you're a cultist. You belong to a cult, and Donald Trump can do no wrong, and he always tells the truth. That's just silly. You can't believe a word he says. So when Donald Trump says, as he's always said, 96%, 99%, 139% of Republicans support me, it's a lie. It's never been that. But, 80 to 90% of Republicans have generally said they support Donald Trump. But what a lot of people don't understand about those polls is those are self-identified Republicans. People who identify as a Republican. And I'm here to tell you, folks, that even if, and it's not the case, even if 96 of self-identified Republicans support Donald Trump, that ain't anything to brag about. Gallup out today with their latest look at party identification. Every single month, Gallup polls the American people and asks a really simple question. Do you self-identify? Are you a Republican or do you lean Republican? Are you a Democrat or do you lean Democrat? Gallup asks this question every single month. And let me tell you something. The results over the last 6 months are fascinating. In January of 2020, just back in January, to me, it feels like 13 years ago, but it wasn't. 6 months ago, 7 months ago. In January of 2020, 47% of the American people said they were Republican or they leaned Republican. 47%. 45% said they're Democrat or they lean Democrat. Fast forward to last month, June, 6 months later, June of 2020, a complete reversal. 50% of the American people identify as Democrat or lean Democrat. And only 39% of the American people identify as Republican or lean Republican. Democrats right now have the biggest identification advantage they've ever had over Republicans. 50 to 39%. Look at the difference. That's a 13-point swing in 6 months. These are people, right, who when Donald Trump says, I got 96% of Republicans who support me, these are people who identify as Republicans. And right now, that's like the smallest percentage of Americans who've ever identified as Republicans. So for anybody out there still scratching their heads like, how can Trump's approval number among Republicans still be so high, like 80, 85%? Well, this statistic right here tells you that really doesn't mean much because it's a shrinking pool of people who identify as Republicans. I mean, what's the big deal if you got 10 people now in America who identify as Republicans and 9 of the 10 support Trump? If you only have 10 people who identify as Republicans, you see what I'm saying? Right? This is a problem for Republicans. And by the way, this is all on Trump. Why is this? Why is this? This is because of Trump. Donald Trump, your master, your Lord and Savior, has caused people to run from the Republican Party. And running from they are in droves. Trump did this. More people don't want to come out and identify as Republican. They don't want to be associated with him. The Republican Party, the Republican brand, it's Trump. So I'm not going to call myself Republican. I'm not going to say I'm a Republican because that means I'm like Trump. More and more identify as Democrat and or independent. Final point on this. This is a real problem for Republicans. If this holds, if it holds or it continues, this differential between people who identify as Democrats and identify as Republicans, if this continues, if it holds, Republicans are going to get spanked in November. I mean, spanked. Democrats are going to run the table. Blue wave, blue wave. 2018, it was a blue wave. This will be like a blue tsunami. They'll get killed. It makes all the sense in the world, 844-305-7800, by the way. It really does. This party self-identification thing, it makes all the sense in the world that people are running from the Republican brand. Because right now the Republican brand is Donald Trump. The Republican brand is ignore the science, ignore the doctors, ignore the experts, downplay about the virus, lie about the virus, tear gas the American people, don't allow Americans to peacefully protest, do nothing to unite the country, keep trying to divide the country, stand with Confederate generals, right? Stand with the Confederacy. I mean, I could go on. This is the Republican brand under Trump. Who the hell wants to be that? Who the hell wants that? Wants to identify as that? 844-305-7800. 844-305-7800. This is a big problem for Republicans. Donald Trump is shrinking. You follow me? He is dramatically shrinking the Republican Party. And if this holds, again, not even Congress at the federal level, I'm saying all the way down to state legislative races, Republicans are going to get spanked. Thank you, Donald Trump. This is All on Trump, 844-305-7800.